Hi, good morning. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. Thanks for joining me this morning. It is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. And if you're watching, happy 12th birthday to my nephew Daniel. So today I have a sweet and simple card. It's Sale-A-Bration Sunday, episode number 7. Wow. The weeks have just crept up on me this month, these past few months. So here's the card we're going to make, and I'm going to do a couple little tweaks to it as we go, because as I made this, I decided to change a couple things up, but hopefully you can kind of see this. I'm using 2 stamp sets from Sale-A-Bration, and I am using Heal Your Heart for the sentiment, the thank you. But this could totally be a birthday card too. And then Corner Bouquet. So since it's Valentine's Day, I wanted to stamp a little bouquet for you guys. And let's see, Sale-A-Bration ends in 2 weeks. So right on the front cover, February 28th. So, but don't fret, there's going to be a second Sale-A-Bration if you don't know already. Spoiler alert, there's going to be a second Sale-A-Bration July and August of this year. So fun times ahead. So good morning, Tammy. Good morning, Janine. I guess we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to point my camera down at my station and let's get stamping. Okay, so I just want to make sure I can find myself in my video feed here. So let me pull myself up, get myself situated. So again, here's the card, but I'm going to make a couple tweaks. So, and again, I'm using Corner Bouquet from Sale-A-Bration. So this is a stamp set you can earn free with a $50 order between now and February 28th. So 2 weeks from today. And then I'm also using the Heal Your Heart stamp set for the sentiment, since this one's so pretty, but it doesn't have any words. So it would have been great if they put some sort of sentiment in here. But anyways, this one's got all the words that you need. So we'll go ahead and use this for the sentiment. So let's do our stamping first. And actually, let me just do the thank you, and then I'll do the bouquet. I want to show you what I did for the thank you. Is I did a partial emboss. So I took a piece of Blushing Bride cardstock. It's 3 3/4 by 5, and I put it in my painted texture embossing folder, but I had the bottom part here sticking out of the folder. So I should have grabbed the folder, but I have no idea where it is right now. It's been like a tornado here this morning. I had a swap that I wanted to get done yesterday. So yesterday I just focused on getting my swaps done. Then they can go in the mail today or tomorrow. They won't actually go any place till probably Tuesday with the holiday weekend. But anyways, yesterday was swap day. So I was like, what am I going to do for my project today? So this part here is where I want to stamp, but in my original I had my flowers and my sentiment on the same side, and I didn't like that as much. So I had a couple scraps of the, and I know I said I'm going to do my stamping first, and I'm not stamping yet. I had some scraps of the Fine Art Floral Designer Series paper, and it's super pretty. And I thought, well, if I'm going to put this here right up to about the line, I have to decide which side do I want to cover up with my bouquet. So I think I'm going to cover this side up. So I want to do my thank you on the left side. So that's how I kind of decided to change things up a little bit. So I have the thank you stamp, and I'm going to do Mossy Meadow ink. And then I'm going to use the markers for my bouquet. So we're gonna go, I'm already forgetting, we are gonna go left side, just like so. And then I'm gonna get rid of the ink pad because my other stamping is going to be with this giant floral image from the corner bouquet. And I just have a scrap of Blushing Bride. It was about 3 by 4. I think this one's actually a little bit smaller. But I want to show you, I just colored this with my markers. So I'm going to use Blushing Bride in Mossy Meadow. I picked 2 colors to focus on from the Designer Series paper. So the Designer Series paper and the embossing folder and the ribbon are all from the January to June mini catalog, but the stamps are all from Sale-A-Bration. So I'm just going to come over and color. I'm probably not even going to use some of the ones over here, but I'm just going to do a quick color of what I think is about the flowers. It's a little hard to see, but what I'm going to do is I want to marker this up twice. So I'm going to go over a second time. I'll try to go down the left side here and then move over. So this is going to give it a really nice, distinct color. And then, and then I'm going to come with my Mossy Meadow and do my green. You want to do your lighter color first. So I don't even have to color the entire thing because I'm just going to stamp this and then punch out. So I wouldn't recommend this in classes right now because I am going to huff on it. So I definitely don't recommend that part with COVID. I'm going to like breathe on it to kind of moisten it. So that was round 1 with Mossy Meadow. So then I'm going to come over the top. So this is an oldie but goodie technique. I don't use markers that much, but I did many years ago. So I still like to do markering techniques with stamps like this. And I'm probably going into some of my pink, that's okay. Okay, then I'm gonna stop, bring it up to my face and put some hot air on it. So again, don't recommend that with COVID right now. And then I'm gonna stamp on my scrap of Blushing Bride. And see, I get a pretty kind of watercolor effect. And then I'm going to come over and punch this out with my 2-inch circle punch. So just pick kind of where I want it. Wow. I might have to trim it with some scissors, but that actually looks about right. Okay. So that's kind of why you want the scrap piece, something to hang on to when you punch. So there is all my stamping. So I'm going to get that out of the way. And let's put our pieces together. This is actually super simple, but I'll show you a couple of things I did change. So in my original, the Designer Series paper went right to the edge of the Mossy Meadow. And I was like, nope, don't like that as much. So my Designer Series paper is 2 by 3 3/4. And I'm just going to put this on about to the line. And then I'm going to put this piece onto a Mossy Meadow that's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And you'll see I have a hole in the middle. What I did is this is the second largest stitched circle, and it layers perfectly with the 2-inch punch. So I want to put those to the side for a minute, layer these pieces up. You can actually put your adhesive on here so you don't accidentally like put adhesive on the pink and then have it in the middle. So, and then I'm going to put my ribbons on, actually ribbon, and then I'll put the bow on at the end. Okay, so I have the ribbon going through the middle of the Mossy Meadow piece. So see how much this already looks better because the thank you is on one side and the circle is going to go over here. So maybe I'm going to put it about there. So let's put this guy on before we do the ribbon. I'm going to put the ribbon right over the top of him. And you can kind of even move it around. I was thinking in my original, the ribbon kind of goes up here, and I think I like it better showing some of the designer series paper. So maybe like that. And I'm just going to put this on with some glue dots. Let me know if you're doing anything special for Valentine's Day. I know due to the pandemic, we're really not doing anything special. We'll probably order takeout. It's, oh my God, it's been so cold and snowy here. So I hope wherever you are, you're staying nice and warm. It has been like record cold and snow across the whole country. And I feel bad for the places with the ice storms. That's super scary. We might actually get one later this week. A couple actually this week are in the forecast. So that's really crippling for this area because in the history of having ice storms, we get terrible power outages, and there's been power outages for like a week around here. So it was many years ago, but anyways, that's really terrible when that stuff happens in the wintertime. Okay, so I'm going to put dimensionals on this layer. So let me grab a couple dimensionals. I'll put like 4. And then I can put this to my card base. It's a Blushing Bride card base. I tried to just, like I said, focus on 2 colors in the designer paper. So I just have a card base that's 4 1/4 by 11. And I just scored it in half at 5 1/2. The pink and the green is really super pretty. And I have a bow. I made it with my bow maker, but you can tie a bow like in the air or however you do your bows. Oh no, sorry. Shaking the camera a little bit today. I was trying yesterday to figure out if I can put my camera someplace else. And so stay tuned. I might be changing some things up, but for right now it's on the table that I'm stamping, so I occasionally give it a shake. By accident, of course. Okay, so I put my little bow on here. 8-inch. I did about 8 inches. Then you can kind of cut the tails as you see fit. Maybe chop a little bit off this guy. Maybe. Okay, that looks okay. And then I thought, wow, this is really like feminine and beautiful. So I thought of pearls, adding a couple pearls, which I did not add to the original. So these are just the Pearl Basic Jewels. And I'm just gonna grab my Take Your Pick tool and grab a couple of maybe the little ones. I'm just gonna put like 3. So maybe I'll put a couple of the little tiny ones on these guys. And maybe a larger one, like the medium sized on this guy. So I just thought that was super pretty to finish it off. So here, I'll do a side by side. So a couple of changes. I changed the sentiment to one side and the bouquet to the other side. And then on this one, I had the designer paper go just to the Blushing Bride edge. Then I added a couple of those little pearls on there. And that is my card for today. I just wanted to do a sweet and simple, quick little project for you. And just a reminder that Sale-A-Bration is ending in 2 weeks on February 28th. So if there's anything you want from this little brochure, make sure you contact me or go online, and I'll have the link below of where you want to order. So again, I use Corner Bouquet and Heal Your Heart stamp sets. Both of those are free with any $50 purchase. So if you wanted both the stamp sets I used today, you'd have to put in a $100 order. All the measurements will be below, and then you can also find details on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com. I have a card class closing registration this week. So Wednesday, I'm going to be closing my registration the 17th on my Dragonfly Garden card class. That's going to close at noon. So here's a look at the 4 cards. And there really is minimal stamping. Most of these little pieces I cut right out from the designer series paper. So if you're interested in signing up for that, there is still time, and I'll be sending out a reminder in the next couple days. So a reminder to also join my mailing list if you're not already on it. So let me bring the camera back up at my face. Here we go, wearing my nice bright pink sweater for Valentine's Day. So that's it for this week. And just a reminder, my February host code will also close at the end of the month on February 28th. And that host code, I'll post it below, but it's GJNFUAAF. And I'll post all that information below of what you can get. I'm doing a free embellishment if you spend at least $100 this month. So if you spend at least $50 and earn a Sale-A-Bration item, you will get my Dragonfly card class to go, a free, just the card kit. So you'll have to supply the ink and the stamps to finish the cards off. For those of you interested or wanting to know, I am hoping I'll be able to do live classes again in April. So I'm fully vaccinated, and I've been fully vaccinated for a couple weeks and feeling good, but my husband is not. So I do not feel comfortable having people in the house yet until he's fully vaccinated. And we'll still have to kind of distance and probably wear masks. Even though I'm fully vaccinated, I do work in healthcare, and I'm a rule follower, so we're still gonna have to distance and mask, and you know, there's variants that are still out there, so we don't know what's gonna happen in our communities with those, and hopefully our numbers are going down here in Massachusetts, so it's a good thing. I think we have about 1 million people vaccinated, and we're still kind of falling a little bit behind on the vaccinations, but I'm really happy. The place that I work for has been really doing a great job with getting our local communities vaccinated, and I think my husband's going to be able to, in March, probably get his vaccines. So that's it for this week. Have a great week. I'll be back next week with another Sale-A-Bration project to share.